YouTube. I am here today to address the black mind, the way that black people think about certain things. I want to talk about the black mind, which want to have things two or three ways. That mind cannot make a decision about what is true and what is not true. This mind will tell you that, do you know that the original Jews were Africans? And that same mind will turn around and say, but I believe in God and I believe in Jesus. I ask myself and everybody else out here, how can you logically think that the original Jews were Africans, which in my opinion means that since the overwhelmingly majority of Jews today are Europeans or white people, and not say to yourself, well, if the original Jews were Africans and the majority of Jews today are of European descent, then what happened to cause that to happen? What happened in history to make us lose, when I say us, I mean black people, to make us lose that culture that we refer to as Judaism today? Something had to happen, and most likely it was not something pretty. It had to involve a lot of violence and bloodshed, and I'm thinking about the slave trade right now. But okay, that's uh, that's what I'm thinking about, the slave trade. During that period, that's when we lost everything. So you, the descendant of the slaves, are presently worshipping or participating in believing, practicing, participating, whatever you want to call it, in something that was forced upon your ancestors by the people who enslaved them. So you have become a willing participant in an ongoing criminal conspiracy designed to enslave your people back then and to presently keeping them in a state of slavery. Just visit any of the prisons in America today or go live in the so-called ghettos in the big cities and you have an idea of what I'm talking about. Slavery still exists. Um, it still exists in many, many ways. The justice system is being used to put black people back into slavery. So, because of a promise that this group of thieves, of criminals, people who went and kidnapped people and put them into slavery, because of a promise that they came up with, that they fabricated, and they a set of promises, as a matter of fact, not just one promise, because they promise you that you're going to inherit the earth because you are part of the meek. They promise you that you shall not worry about what happens to you in this world because there is a better world afterwards, and you're going to be happy forever in that world. So, because of these promises, you have decided to give up your essence, to give up your your pride, everything that makes you who you are. You have made a decision to give all these things up in exchange for that promise. And you worship the white God, a God that looks exactly like the people who are enslaving presently and enslaved your ancestors in the past. I am speaking from a logical standpoint. I'm not speaking from a racist standpoint. I practice yoga. Right now, I have a bad back injury, which requires that I'm in surgery very soon, so I don't look the way I usually look. I'm sitting home, putting on weight, but I practice yoga and I come in contact with white people every day. I speak to them. I live with a white woman. So this is not coming from a racist point of view. This is coming from what I could say is a uh, uh, logical, from logical reasoning. But that logic that I practice somehow does not apply to a lot of black people. I don't really have a lot of black friends because it doesn't take long for them to get on my nerves when they start referring to religion to explain everything. So I live with a white woman because she at least tries to understand where I'm coming from, and something that I found very hard to do when I was trying to date black women. And black men who either they are afraid of not having sex with black women, they are afraid of not getting it, or they are so weak that they cannot stand up to the women and tell them, I don't care what you believe in, this shit does not make any sense to me, and get out of my face with that crap. If a lot of us were to stand up to these black women and do that, maybe they will stop. Because I'm telling you one thing, a white man will not allow his woman to come into the house telling him that she has just found out that, oh, honey, did you know that, uh, Jesus was black and God is black? And we're going to start worshiping God, the black God from now on. He will either slap the hell out of her or kick her out of the house because he knows that as soon as you start worshiping the God of a people, you become slaves to that people. Jesus Christ. What is it going to take for you guys to understand that it does not matter what lies that you believe in. It doesn't matter what you believe in order to secure a life after death. The life here on earth is what you should be concerned with. And whatever else happens after death, you deal with it when it happens. But the quality of life that you have here is the only thing that you can count on and that you can offer to your children and your grandchildren after you pass. That is what life is all about. Struggling to maintain self respect, to maintain dignity, to maintain a good quality of life here on earth. The people who are telling you about this life after death, they are busy committing all types of crimes, crimes against humanity, under the name of God. If they truly believed in what they are telling you to believe in, they will not be behaving this way. They will not be waging wars all over the place. They will not be killing poor people. They will not be purposely inflicting pain and misery. The Catholic Church will not have its members, abusing children and then moving them around. Once they get caught doing these things to little kids, they get moved around to other parishes, most of the time to parishes in poor countries where the the the, the, the society or the law doesn't really pay too much attention to these things, and they keep abusing kids sexually, and they all are into our sex lives. They're always telling you, you cannot have sex here, you cannot have sex there, you cannot have sex da 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 da. They even trying to prevent poor people from using condoms so they can have more children and bring more suffering into the world and expose themselves to deadly diseases such as AIDS. I mean, they interfere into people's sex lives from the time that you're born. They even tell you it's wrong to even think about sex. It's wrong to even masturbate. You can even have sex with yourself. And they are busy abusing children. But it means nothing. It means nothing to us. Nothing, nothing at all. Because the promise of everlasting life is so strong that whatever these people do, we will stick with them. We won't let them go. Listen, I don't know how long I can continue to record this thing. Maybe I went over my time. So, you know, I mean, you can keep talking and talking, and the people who are going to listen will listen, and the ones who are not going to listen will never listen. So I'm going to cut this tape, and okay, that's it for today, man. Take it easy. Bye bye.